Hi, welcome to a new video dedicated to the UPair V1 version. In fact, I will call it the V2. The V1 was a chase version, so branded by the original company several months ago. And well, since G10 bought the company, they fixed some details, especially in the gimbal parts. For example, they had the caps to solve the auto start recording, the OSD flickering. The V2, because you can still find the Firefly 6S camera for the 4 key and the 5S for the 2 key. There is now a V3 with another camera, probably because they have to change the Firefly's providers. So they have now a completely built-in camera into this part, so you cannot anymore with the battery extract the camera to use standalone. Maybe it's a drawback. And well, anyway, except that, I don't think there is a big difference between the V2 and the V3. So this is the V2, and I show how to perform, for example, the USB mode. What I discovered also, well, there is also a new micro USB plug for the gimbal hidden behind this plastic housing. So, well, there is no possibility to remove this plastic cap except to sew it manually. Okay, so it's can be dangerous operation. So you have to know that they are crazy enough to hide the micro USB of the IPM FC board as well of the micro USB port of the gimbal. So it's crazy, but it's like this. Luckily, the gimbal do correctly this job out of the box. It's well tuned, but by hidden hide the micro USB plug, G10 miss the occasion to fix eventually a problem with a gimbal. That's a drawback. Another point, I hope you read recently my review about the V2 version. The video transmitter here, it's only 8 channel working on band A. In fact, delivering only between 50 milliwatts to 90 milliwatts is not a real powerful video transmitter. So, okay, an antenna mode could help a bit to got better FPV range, but I think the main problem is coming from the chip itself. Luckily, with the V2 from the V2 version, they had some connectors, micro FL connectors for the antenna. That's good, and also 3 position 1mm mini GST connector. So it will be pretty easy to swap this connector to another video transmitter more powerful. For example, a Skyzone model should be more or less direct to plug and play. Maybe not direct, but not so far away. Just need to tune a little bit to mod a little bit the connector, I think, in my point of view. So it's the second, we'll say, drawback of this UPair. And as I said previously, it's based on IPM, an old generation 8-byte IPM FC board. Even if they improve a lot the sensitivity to the compass, because they remove the metallic casing. So now if you perform a compass mode, you will see that the interferences are pretty low. That's a good point. So they improve a lot the compass sensitivity. So the altitude hold and GPS hold is much better versus the chase, the first version V1. Okay, that's pretty cool. So what I wanted to show is that you can. I will plug the V2 into the mission planner to show you the different default parameters. First of all, if you never use mission planner after doing the USB mode, you have to download in adwipilot.org the last mission planner software here. Okay, you have to click here. You have for Windows MSI file, and you have to install it. Okay, when it's done, you have to run it. Okay, so I will run it, mission planner, okay, and it's Java based, and you will reach such kind of interface, graphic user interface. So with my choice, I install a USB female connector. Okay, so either you buy a male USB cable, or if you have a USB extender, you will need such kind of intermediate connector. Okay, so I will plug the USB port to the PC and then connect to the mission planner. And then for the first time, you probably the driver will be installed. Okay, and then you will select correctly the associated port com. Here it's 6 if I'm not wrong, and connect to mission planner, and it will connect to the it takes a couple of seconds to download all the information. But as you can see, I've got more or less a flat surfaces, but it's working. Okay, I can move, and the inertial central is sending the information to the software. So I won't present a mission planner, but I will give the basic initial setup associated with, at least without plugging the battery from now. So you can go to mandatory hardware. So frame type, of course, is an X selected. Here it's very important, especially when you are performing the USB calibration. I strongly advise to perform the calibration of the accelerometers. Okay, so you have a ton of videos to show it. It will correct a little bit the position of the FC. If, for example, when you install the micro USB cable, maybe the FC will be bent a little bit, and thanks to this calibration, you will solve maybe some little deviation after the USB modding. Personally, I didn't have some, but it may happen, so it could be important. Here in this section, you can perform here, exactly here, the compass calibration. So you will have to turn all the quadcopter in different sense. It's pretty easy, and it's the main reason why I perform the USB mode is to perform this compass calibration. Even if it was announced that if you hover with your UPair 1 and make some 2-3 tour clockwise, 720 degrees clockwise, it say that it will perform the compass calibration. At least thanks to the USB mode, you'll be sure to perform the compass calibration here. Okay, so you can also perform, if you notice some deviation of your quadcopter in altitude hold. So here, I don't know, a drift to the left or to the right or front, or check the calibration of your transmitter. So what you will have to do is probably, I don't know if battery off, the receiver is powered or not. Yes, it's powered. So as you can see, I can show the different values. So between the minimum and the maximum, okay, you can see the value. For example, the radio 6 is the switch to engage or not, the return to home. The radio 5 is the flight mode. Okay, we'll be able to check. But in theory, there is a channel, so maybe by disassembling the radio transmitter, you can add 2 extra switches, should be possible maybe to find. But if you observe that your, for example, the when you release the stick is not in central position, you have to press calibrate radio here. It will be very important. Okay, you check that everything is okay, the roll, the pitch, and etc. So it's working, and you have some channel inverted. Okay, so it's pretty important. You can eventually perform the ESC calibration. Could be solve some problem, but you have to be an expert, okay, to be sure what you're doing. And you can see the default flight mode. So when I'm in flight mode 1, I am in altitude hold. Okay, when I am in altitude 2, look that I am in flight mode 4, and it's now position hold. Okay, and when I'm in flight mode 6, okay, so, and I am in altitude hold, GPS hold, sorry, plus the headless engage. So for example, if you don't like this, you can, for example, change to I don't know, circle mode or whatever you want. If you are sure of you can make a stabilize or whatever the flight mode you want. Okay, so it's up to you, but when you click here, it means that you engage this headless mode, and you can even have a more advanced headless mode here. The face-safe behavior is not set, and you can also now go to the optional hardware, but here in this case you have to turn on the LiPo of your UPair. Okay, but actually you don't receive any information about the voltage because I turned off the battery. So you have the different element installed, okay, but it's for more advanced user, okay, and not all modules are installed. For example, no sonar, no airspeed, etc., no optical flow module, etc. There is an OSD information, but I don't advise to touch anything. What is more interesting is to go to the config tuning, okay, and for example, no, where it was, yes, maybe it was here, yes, sorry. So you have the flight mode, I already speak about. The geofence, if you want to turn on or off a kind of geofence to not go above a given limit. And you have, I would say the more important, I will go to extended tuning, and you have all the PID settings of your default machine. So they are here, okay. So for example, maybe you can decrease a bit some PID rates to be sure that your machine will be a little bit more stable in altitude hold at least, okay. But it's it will be some tuning, maybe some job of tuning here. And look that, I said, the channel 7 optional is engaging the return to home. So the channel 7 is probably associated to radio. We saw that in the different. It was in different in the radio. Okay. So the radio 5 is nothing else than the channel 7, okay, be aware of it. And if I return to the config tuning, extended tuning, okay, you can probably adjust some parameters. Okay, so if you want to touch this value, you have to be sure of yourself, okay, if you observe that maybe you can tune a little bit the stability of the machine. I hope some user will find some better value versus time for the UPair to bring even more stability. But what is very interesting is the full parameter list, okay, and one of the lower in ENS section is this value ENS MPU 6K filter. So sometimes it's good to decrease this value to filter out any high frequency values, oscillations in the signal from the central inertial. So some user can decrease to 10 and it's bringing a little bit more stability, it's known too, okay? But it's working for other type of machine using APM at least, so maybe it can work with the UPair. Okay, so I will disconnect, but it was the basic overview of the mission planner. Of course, with such software you have the planner, so you can for example thanks to for example a connection via Bluetooth, you can select your path via path point, okay, some intermediate point, and you can draw your trajectory with your favorite tablet or phone connected via Bluetooth or another type of connection to mission planner. When you're that's pretty cool. So really I like it, and it's good that in fact there is mission planner, but we have to be sure that the CPU is not overloaded. Seems not, okay, but I guess some little bit better PID settings can be adjusted, okay. We try to find them, and little by little it will polish the flying characteristics of the UPair. Already not bad, and at the end will improve even better the stability of shooted videos. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, please sub it, and if you like my channel, please subscribe. See you next time. Bye bye.